Hello, hello, hello. New Warriors. What is going on? Welcome back to yet another stream with your hosts, none other than New Frontier. Blessings to all of you. Thank you all for choosing the channel. We're going to get started here today. We're going to jump right into the swing of things. I'm going to close this down. Shoutouts to Dominic Ninmark for this little remix. We're going to jump into none other than Last Epoch, of course. And we're going to get the ball rolling. So let me just close down a couple things. And I'm actually going to change one of the settings in the game. I'm going to change the setting for full screen. I want to change it to borderless windowed. I want to see what happens. Just because I want to be able to go between screens. Because I've noticed that whenever I go to a screen, when it's full screened, it always turns black. So I'm going to try to avoid that. Hopefully it doesn't screw up much of the actual performance, but we'll see. We shall test it. Anyways, hello YouTube, hello Twitch. Those who are coming through, tuning in, appreciate you for being here. I know it's quite early for some of you in the western parts of the world, but for those in EU, for those in Asia here, salutations. We're going to continue with our wonderful Paladin here. I've been having a blast with Paladin, dude. I have been really having a lot of fun. An absolute blast. Alright, so let's actually change the settings to borderless window. And that should now give me the chance. Yeah, perfect. So the only thing that'll happen is that it'll just mute the sound, but that's totally fine. Alright, so we did do a bit of stuff off stream. We were able to beat one of the other maps not too long ago, so now we're just going to keep on pushing towards corruption. And once we get to corruption, then we'll do our best to try and fight through to Ambroth. Because this build has been doing pretty good so far. Haven't really had that many issues. I think I'm going to go here for the rings. I need some rings, actually. But I've been having a lot of fun with this Holy Javelin build that I came up with. It's been really, really fun. Very, very straightforward. Very easy to play. And does crazy damage. The only thing is now I need to work more on my defenses. But other than that, the build itself has been really, really good. Been pretty consistent. Well, +1 to Abyssal Echoes. So I guess what I'll do, normally what I do now is if I don't have something, I'll just rune them. I'll rune it, and that way I can just keep whatever stats that I don't have. Just make it easier for myself. Alright, there we go. Because there's some things that I just don't need right now, so it's best that I just shatter it or rune it and get out of the way and then collect more so I can craft what I actually want. Because some of these stats are not easy to find just by them dropping, so it's good that I have them here. But we're getting so much closer to Season 4. I looked over the Atera Monthly off stream, and I was very, 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 very happy to see what was coming through for the game. So I'm just stoked now. I'm just literally looking forward to what's to come. Like, super excited. Definitely looking forward to day 1 Rogue, that's for sure. But I'm most definitely going to be doing a reroll with Paladin. Absolutely. Without a doubt, I'm going to be doing a reroll on Paladin. I don't know whether I'll do the same build with, like, this same build on Season 4. Because it would be nice to test this build out in Season 4. And see how it fares against the Omen windows. But so far, we're doing pretty good. And we haven't really died much, which is good. We've only really died to like really, really random things. Like I'll be like reading a stat and then somehow I get poisoned by an enemy and I'm just dead. But most of the time we're pretty stacked. That's actually a good... Are we already starting to lag? We just started the stream and now we're lagging already? Yeah, there's definitely some throttling going on with the internet, like ISP that this apartment has. Because it'll be like super perfect, of course, without OBS. OBS is the main culprit, but every single time I stream, there's always some instance where the lag just kind of interferes. My apologies if you're watching and you're seeing a little bit of hiccup, but it'll go away. Okay, so I already have... Guess I'll take that for now. Dude, it's so laggy that the game didn't even allow me to click the helmet. Alright. Oh yeah, this guy always saps my life. Holy moly. Wow, plus 11 attunement. Not bad. Alright. Like, one of the only things that gives me trouble is just the fact that there are so many... Okay, I'll do this for now. There are so many enemies that just melt my... Well, the damage over time is what really kills me, to be honest. It's the dot enemies that really are annoying. I already have a good helmet. We have... Yeah, we have plus 41 added Javelin lightning damage, which is insane. So I don't think we'll be switching this off anytime soon. Although maybe I can maybe go for a unique helmet. And then maybe turn it into a legendary with these stats. But I can keep the plus 41 and then maybe maintain the resistance, perhaps. I'll have to find a good helmet that I like. This attunement helmet, I can probably just get rid of. A lot of these things I can maybe just delete now. Or just put it inside my idle section. This is okay. Damage reflected. This is fire res. Do I want more res? No, I think I already have enough fire res. I think I'm good on that. And then physical damage. Healing effectiveness. Lightning. Okay, we don't really need physical that much, but I'll keep it because it's still good for building overall. And this ring, don't need... A lot of these I can probably throw away now. Yeah. Or not throw away, but I can just take these and ruin them. Then we just take this one too. Just shatter it completely. Just empty out some spots. This helmet I might... So this helmet has plus 42, so it's only a point difference. But it does give me dexterity, which is actually not bad. But this one has better stats on it in terms of resistance and physical damage, so I think I'll be keeping this for the time being. Let's see if I can get a good ring. Voraya. What do we have? Minion damage, physical, melee on hits. Oh, nothing special here. I will take the melee on hit though. That will take. I don't have that many shards for melee on hit. And I think that's pretty good to have, especially with the builds I'm thinking about. I also have to upgrade. Gotta remind myself about that. Dude, I love this build because I just do damage over time. And I could just slash you or slay you from a mile away. It's so nice. I don't have to be anywhere near you to do damage. Alright, we're out of here. We got it done. Alright, now we can finally look at our stats here. So I think I might... so we have resistances. Okay, so we want to get this up because we want to get the 5-point bonus, which gives us more lightning damage over time per 2% added crit strike multiplier, which is pretty good because we currently have what do we have? Crit strike multiplier, we have 223. So if we can get a higher crit strike multiplier, that damage over time is going to be quite juicy. Which is what we want. Okay, so no rings seem to have fallen. Let's keep going up here. Yo, banana. Up late again, I see. What's going on, brother? Welcome in, man. How you doing? Let's see, what do we get here? Do we have anything nice? Ooh, not bad. Yes, sir, I'm good. Trying out a poison lich myself. Let's go. All right. That sounds nice, dude. Are we going with the Aura of Decay lich? And as for me, as for the monos, pretty good, dude. It's been pretty smooth sailing, I'll be honest with you. Like really smooth. Like I don't really have that many problems dealing with these enemies. The only issues I run into, I would say, with this build is just that it requires, or this is with all builds, but I just need to deal with dot enemies more. Because they always kill me really quickly with all that poison damage and whatnot. But other than that, it's smooth, dude. We're almost close to Corrupt. Just got a few more maps to go. And then we'll be hitting corrupted maps again. Oh, goodness. What is this mess? Dude, how many of these guys are there? Holy moly. Oh, I might die here. There's so many of them, dude. There's so many threats. I'm dead, yeah. So many. And they just poison me, all of them. Again, like dot damage is probably like my biggest hurdle. That's like the only thing I gotta work on is maybe getting some dot reduction. Because that thing just completely erases my health. Might have to get some immunity or something. Like immune to poison would be nice. Oh, it's a ring. Hold on. Necrotic damage? No, don't need that really. Nice, doing the aura build? Sick. The more I look and think about it, Warlock is making more sense for a poison dot build, but we'll see. Yeah, that was definitely an idea I had in my mind too, was going for the Warlock and doing Aura of Decay. But I think both work pretty well. Like the Lich I think is fine. Cause you can just sap the life of the enemy. What was it, with the bone curse or whatever? And then you can just destroy them with Aura of Decay afterward. The Warlock definitely is good though, because you have those chaos bolts or whatever you call them. Those do pretty solid damage. Let's actually upgrade now. I still don't even know what to put on my last section. Okay, I've just been cruising without utilizing the last section. I don't even feel like I need it. So hammer can give me health. Hammer travel faster. Okay, so I don't need ignite chance. Okay, so this is fine. Stun enemies is good, because most of the time I'm stunning people. Improve Javelin's base crit strike chance, and its crit strike deal more damage. Perfect. So I want that too. Okay, so crit strike multiplier is higher. And then smite. So lightning pen is good. Okay, so we're gonna do more sacrifice. So sacrifice is good here because this is gonna boost my smite damage like crazy. And then I just have to make sure that I atone for it, so that way we don't lose as much health. And then aura. Fire and lightning is not bad. Okay, so the crit strike chance is definitely good. We have crit damage. Physical damage don't care about. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so we want to increase throwing damage. So I'm still not sure what I want to do here. I don't want to add too many things to my build, just because I don't really see the need for it. Oh, and then shield back. All these things I can probably do rebuke, but don't need rebuke really. None of these things are really that important. And then judgment, I guess I could do judgment, but like Like, I don't need fire damage. I'm not really scaling with fire. And it's only fire, so that's why I'm like, eh. I'll just not use it for now. Do I have a movement skill yet? I mean, I've got lunge. I guess lunge could be okay. Lunge would be appropriate. Because everything else is just like shield bash. I guess this could be good. Stunning is not bad. Shield bash or lunge, but I feel like this stuns them. And I have 1.5 more damage per 1% block chance. Actually, this is fine, actually. But it requires a shield. That's the only thing. So I don't have that. So I might have to do lunge. So lunge might be the only play. What can I actually do then? Can lunge heal me? Warrior's renewal recovers an additional amount of lunges cooldown and also grants you health when it triggers. Okay. You gain a percentage of missing health. Okay, so I guess lunge isn't terrible. I'll just keep it physical, since I can still scale or build around physical damage, since I have my hammer anyway. Yeah, let's just do this. Yeah, I'll just spec into lunge for now. I don't know if I'll use it, but yeah, I think like you said is probably the better option. Just go with the traversal move. You reduce a portion of lunge's remaining cooldown when you use a different melee attack. Okay. What else do we have here? Okay, so ambuscade deals more melee damage to enemies at high health. Longer cooldown. Okay, so maximum damage. Okay, so we probably go for this, and I'll go for initiates onslaught. And then... Ooh, so lunge instantly... Oh, Call of the Week is pretty cool. I always like culling moves, so I'll go with this. Killing an enemy with lunge grants you frenzy, which is actually not bad. I'll go with a bit of frenzy here. And then killing an enemy with lunge resets the cooldown to void cleave, erasing strike, forward strike, and judgment. Okay. Lunge's final hit has a chance to cast smite. Ooh, that's actually kind of nice. That's perfect. Okay, that's nice. That's actually pretty good. So now I have multiple ways of casting smite. So I don't have to always manually cast it. So I can cast smite by lunging at you. Then I can cast smite by just attacking with my javelin, or I can manually cast it. And it's a 100% chance to do it. That's pretty good. Yo, Czar with the 5-month subscription. What's going on, man? Thank you so much for the sub. 5 months in. Much love to the homie. Czar has been an absolute pleasure to have around as a brother. He is an amazing person. Shout out to you, Czar. Hope you're doing good. That echo, I gotta fix that. How have I been? I've been pretty good, man. I've been pretty good. I've just been vibing most of the time, to be honest. Just been working away, making sure I've got everything all settled and locked in. Career-wise, things are feeling nice, smooth sailing. Can't really complain, you know? Just going along each day, being grateful for what I have. That's the best thing I can really truly be happy for, is just knowing that things are moving forward and the path is clearing. Albeit it's a bit slow, but you know what? I've come to understand and learn that not everything needs to be fast. Some of the best things in life arrive at a slower pace. Exactly, dude. Every day is a blessing. Exactly. I wake up and I'm happy because I have breath. So I can't really complain all that much. Thank you, man. Thank you. How about yourself, though, man? How about you? How have things been? And all, you know what? I feel like I missed your birthday too, man. And I know it's really late now because it's way past the Aquarius time. But if I didn't say happy birthday to you, I guess it's like very, very delayed, belated. So my apologies for not keeping up with your birthday, dude. I'm really sorry. I do my best to try and give all my brethren their birthday shout outs. It's just yeah, I knew it was last month. I got caught up with so many different things, dude. So again, my apologies if I just did not give you the shout out that you deserved. Yeah, I definitely there were so many February birthdays, I'll be honest. So I definitely just got super sidetracked. Just remind me next time, ahead of time, and I'll be sure to give you that shout out. So why isn't lunge happening? Oh, there we go. I don't know if I want to lunge though, to be honest. I feel like if I lunge, it's putting me close to the enemy, which I don't really want. Like it's a cool technique, but the whole strategy behind this build is to not get close. So if I'm lunging at you, I feel like I'm doing a disservice. What the heck? I gotta lower all these shrines. It's fine. I worked on my birthday anyways. Oh no. They got you working on the most important day? What the heck is that? Didn't really want to celebrate it or anything? Ah, I got you. Well, next time you do, man, let me know. We'll do something for you, man. We'll do some special celebrations. Make sure that your birthday feels eventful. What the heck is going on? We lagging or what? I don't even see, dude. Why am I... Dude, I just died and I'm pressing the healing button and nothing's coming out. That's got to be a connection issue with the game. Has to be. Yep, I knew it. Cuz I'm pressing heal and I'm like, I'm dying? Healing? Hello? Healing? I'm just dead. All right then. My only birthday wish is for it to be uneventful. I don't want any drama or nothing. I feel you on that. Just let me enjoy the peace and not have any shenanigans happen. Oh, for sure, dude. I am 100% with you on that. I am 100% with you on that, dude. Anytime my birthday comes around, all I ask for is my space and some peace. I just want peace of mind. That's the greatest gift you can ever have, is peace of mind. Like, you can get me gifts and everything. That's wonderful. But for me, if I can just wake up every morning and wake up with a clear mind, that to me is one of the best gifts you could ever have. Because if you're waking up and you're feeling completely disheveled and miserable, your mind's a mess, you're just in a whole heap of trouble there. All right, can we actually beat the map without it DCing? This is the real battle right now. Can we actually clear this map without the game disconnecting? I don't know why it's happening. Like, is there a server issue with last Epoch right now? All right, let's get these Exactly. I want nothing but peace. Facts, dude. Absolute facts. But I just don't want anything bad to happen. Well, as long as you ask for peace, what bad can really happen? As long as you've got peace around you, you've got good. Like the way I see it is this, man. If you surround yourself with good company, you'll never have to worry about anything bad happening because you're always around good company. It's only when you surround yourself with people who don't have the best intentions for you, that's when bad things happen because they're not looking out for you. When you spend time around people who actually value you, there is nothing bad that can really happen, man. That's one thing I've learned. And honestly, just maintain, oh, that was fast. Yeah, just maintain that composure. Maintain that spiritual composure, and you'll be good, man. Just stay strong and you'll be alright. I mean, bad happenings from outside forces, car accidents, sudden health problems, let me just treat it as a normal day, get through it and wake up to see the next one. Oh, I feel you. I feel you. I mean, those are things we can't control, right? Outside factors, things like that, we can't control it, but what we can control is our ability to see life from a different lens and build up enough spiritual strength, enough faith in our spirit to overcome all those outside factors. Because the thing is, if you can control the inside, the outside won't really matter as much. When you're spiritually sound and you're sober-minded, the world around you doesn't really bother you as much. It's only when your inner conflict is a problem, it mirrors outside of you. Does that make sense? Like if you have inner conflict, the outer conflict mirrors that. So if you're miserable on the inside, then there's a good chance that you're gonna go to work and you're gonna have, you know, Nancy over there nagging you. You're gonna have Charles over there complaining. But if you're just chilling and you're sober-minded, then Charlie won't be complaining. He'll be happy. He'll be chilling. Chilling Charlie. And Nancy, she won't be nagging you. She'll just be doing her own thing. Only when you create that circumstance within yourself that causes problems. Okay, let's do frailty for now. Oh, I didn't even know there's a mobilize. I can do a mobilize? Oh, snap. I can do that too. Alright. Yeah, I'm just firm. I've become more firm nowadays, dude. Before, things used to shake me. Like very, very petty things. And don't get me wrong, I'm not perfect. No one is perfect. I still have my days where, you know, the outside world does become a bit overwhelming, but most of the time, I'd say 90% of the time, I'm a lot more grounded because I've created a foundation that is based on my faith, and nothing can break me. The only thing that can break me is me, because I allow it to break me. But if I just stay centered and grounded, and just not allow myself to be entertained by things that I know are gonna just bring harm to my life, then I'm okay. Like I've made it a habit every day to cut out as many distractions as I possibly can. And I'm talking like a lot of things. YouTube, all these things. Like I'll still watch YouTube because I like watching cooking videos and stuff. I like learning how to cook, but most of the time, like I try to cut out as many distractions as possible. That way my mind is clear and I just can enjoy my day without having to worry too much about all the stuff happening around me. It's like while the world is noisy, I'm at peace. You know what I mean? That's the main focus. I try to get that noise out of my mind. Not easy, because the world is always full of noise. Every day you wake up and there's a new problem. But you just gotta try to take it out as much as you can. It's all about filtering, man. I would say, you know what, honestly, this has been some of the toughest, for me personally, it's been some of the toughest couple months, just because, like, one thing I've noticed is that when you start to make transitions in life, like when you start to grow and mature, like I'm not talking about age and, you know, what that stuff, I mean like internally, like when you start to recognize patterns, like early patterns, things that used to affect you and know, like they no longer bother you anymore. I noticed that a lot of times more challenges pop up. It's like, you know, it's like a leveling up in an RPG, you know? You beat one map and then the next map is just more challenges. So you have to just constantly be aware that you just have to always be on be on guard, right? Just be on guard. Be more perceptive to things around you. And the more perceptive you become, then the more peaceful life becomes. But if you're blind to all the noise, then the noise will always be there. Or I shouldn't say blind, but deaf to the noise. Or if you're just deaf to the noise, then it'll always be there. It's kind of like it's like a diagnosis, right? You go to the hospital and you ask the doctor for like an early diagnosis because you want to know the symptom, right? And so what I've come to understand is that I've looked at the root of the problem, and when I get to the root of it, then the symptom is gone. And so when I just remove distractions, well, the symptoms are gone. There's no more distraction. It's just more peace of mind. Holy moly, these guys are... Oh, he actually... I guess lunge is not too bad. It does get me from like point A to point B quite quickly, but the enemy has to be there. That's the only caveat. The only setback with lunge. I feel like Paladin needs more. Maybe this is just me, but I feel like Paladin in this game just needs a little bit more juice. And I don't mean in terms of damage, but in terms of like skills and abilities and expression. I feel like Paladin is kind of lacking. But that's where Season 5 is coming in. Because I remember they're going to be upgrading Paladin and giving it more skill, so that'll likely solve the problem for a little bit. But that's not until Season 5, which is probably like later on in the year. What time is it for you now, though, Czar? It's pretty late, though, right? Cause I know for Banana, it's like super late for this guy. But I appreciate both of you for coming through. So how much are we doing here? Only 1,000? It's like little damage anyway. Well, I don't really care about the damage. The damage is of no concern. I don't really care for that damage on lunge. I just wanted to move around. Oh, it's almost 1 a.m. for you? Damn. You just got home from work. Wow, dude. So you work like super late nights. Is it like graveyard shift or something? Or you just had like a very long shift? We're out of here. No, we're good on this. Caltrops. Ooh, that's actually not bad. That's a good rogue one for me. Put that one away. That can be another rogue one. Well, this all, you know what? I don't even know why I'm collecting right now. All of this is probably going to go away once season 4 starts. I'm doing all this hoarding, knowing very well in the back of my mind that this is all going to disappear come season 4. You know what? It's fine. I might as well have my fun while the time is here. While we have this luxury of collecting. Because I'm going to have to redo my entire stash tab anyway. Which is probably for the better. I've just been... No, well... I want to say I've been hoarding, but not really. But looking at my unique section, kind of. Not really. My shift is pretty short, to be honest. Just 6 hours, but I got off at 10. Went for pho. Oh, okay, I got you. That makes sense. Yeah, I gotta hang out with the homies, dude. Take a break away from all the work life. I feel you, man. Dude, I haven't had pho in a minute. The last time I had pho was like... Damn, like maybe a decade ago. Maybe more than that, actually. Like, I think the last time I had pho was when I left from Japan, or left to Japan. That was like 14 years ago. I haven't had pho since then. I've had ramen though. I guess my pho was subbed in for ramen. Or subbed out, rather. Subbed out. Yeah, exactly. I got ramen instead of pho. But I actually enjoyed pho because where I used to live in a very like Asian, very, very high populated Asian neighborhood. And so every spot was walking distance. There's pho up the street. There's Chinese food down the street. Then I go to like one big mall up the street and they have like Japanese food. Like I had so many options. Now, I mean, I had the same options now. I just don't have pho. I have banh mi though, which is crazy. That's the craziest thing is I have banh mi shops, but no pho shops. Because the banh mi shop is like maybe a 20-minute walk from my house. And they actually have Filipino restaurants more here than they have pho. But then again, I could be looking in the wrong area. That's what I'm saying. They have banh mi. They have literally a banh mi shop. But they have no pho. No pho restaurant. At least not the one. At least from the shops that I've walked into, I have not seen pho there. But they literally have like Filipino restaurants with adobo and everything that are like nearby. They have Thai food, but no pho. And I would honestly say this is probably my hot take. Even though I love ramen, I actually think that pho is a bit healthier. Because the way that they make the soup base is, it's like very light. And then the meat is like well prepared. The noodles are delicious. Like I don't know how to really describe it, but I feel like when I have ramen, it's really heavy at times because of all the like the fats. When I have pho, it feels so light on the stomach. Like it really tastes like a good soup. He reminded me when I was visiting JP, me and my friend stumbled upon a Filipino karaoke bar. I immediately told them nope and wanted to leave. Yeah, dude, there's it's actually crazy that there's Filipino karaoke bars and all this stuff, and yet I have to go like so far to find a pho place. Actually kind of crazy. But hey, I can't complain though. I still have quite a bit of options. I got Indian food, Nepal food, Thai food, Chinese food. Like within my block alone, I can walk and there's like 4 Chinese food spots, which is insane. Like there's more Chinese food. No, I don't want to go here. There's more Chinese food restaurants than there are Japanese restaurants. Let's keep this moving. We're getting pretty close to beating this. I'm getting to corrupted soon. But recently I've just been... Surprisingly enough, I haven't actually had that much ramen recently. I've been doing a lot of pasta farming. Pasta's been my main go-to recently. Finally, dude. Alright, we're out of here. Where are the tomes, dude? I haven't seen any tomes yet. Okay, I'm gonna level up a little bit here. Funny enough, I don't know what it was when I was in JP, but I don't know. None of the ramen joints revisited really hit. They were good, but none of them really stood out as something memorable. Do you remember the names of the spots? Because it could just be the location that you went to. Because there are some pretty like, oh no, am I stuck? Okay. There are some really good ramen spots. But you gotta look for them. They're not like the mainstream ones. You gotta go to like the real mom and pop ramen shops for all the good stuff. What the heck? I hope they fix this issue where their HP bar, the enemy, just disappears. I hope they fix that. Because that's something that always happens. It's like you're fighting a boss and then suddenly the health bar just disappears. And then you don't even know how much further you have to beat him. It was almost 6 years ago? Oh, that's hecka long ago. There were good spots in the major Tokyo metro area, but they didn't taste like something that I would remember or crave. Yeah, so here's the thing, man. As someone who lives in Tokyo, I gotta say, I was much happier living outside of Tokyo and had better tasting food outside of Tokyo. So in the span of time I've been living in this like area, I would have to say that my life was much better when I lived outside of Tokyo. Like, way better. The food tasted so much better. I guess it's because it was more rural, so like everything felt a little bit more chill. The vibes were good. Like I would go into a restaurant or like a small little ramen shop and the owners would know me. It'd sometimes give me like, you know, a free ramen, which is kind of insane. But in Tokyo, like that would never happen. And I think that's just because Tokyo is just becoming such a hub for tourism now. So a lot of the quality it feels diminished. Like some of the most memorable stuff for me from JP is, funnily enough, canned corn juice and melon flavored Fanta. You know what? Honestly, I can't even blame you on that. That corn juice or the corn soup in the can is amazing. Especially in the winter time. That thing was a lifesaver for me, man. It's so good after a meal. And it's really good for you. It's just corn. Like, where else would you find that in the world? You never will find a can of corn soup. And it tasted so good because it wasn't... Like, it had this sweetness to it, but it wasn't overly sweet. But it tasted very much like corn, and it was fresh corn because you can literally eat the corn in there. So I feel you on that. And then the Manta, I was gonna say Manta. Fanta melon is so good. One of my favorites for sure. Fanta melon. Fanta grape is alright, but Fanta melon just hits in a different way. Melon Fanta is just insanely good. And surprisingly not that sweet. Normally, when I do take a break and I go for a soda, I'll usually opt for either a Sprite, or no, I usually go for Dr. Pepper or a Fanta, because Fanta isn't as sweet. What the? I'm not gonna fight that guy. Me and my friends went in the beginning of January. Okay, so that makes sense as to why you got the corn drink. And we didn't know how to work the heater at our Airbnb, but there was a vending machine that had those like a block or two away from us. That I just went to it and bought like 3 or 4 a night. Yeah, man. Those things warm you up real nice. And they kind of act like a... I don't want to say a substitute, but they're like a supplement. To like a meal. Like if you felt like a little bit hungry, they actually can make you feel pretty good. But they're not super filling by any means, but if you just had like a little bit of hunger, it's not bad. That and the, I don't know if you had them, but there's like a red bean drink as well. The red bean soup is also quite nice. Minion health. Okay, so this one we can definitely just get rid of, dude. Okay, so this one is potentially... Oh, this is +3 though. Damage over time is pretty high too. Yeah, the red bean soup drink is also pretty good, but I personally would still prefer the corn soup. Corn soup, it just hits different, man. You can never go wrong with it. It's just it just hits the spot in such a way that you It really is just a really good drink to have. And again, like, you just can't find that kind of stuff anywhere else. Like, that's the beauty of it. Like, it's, you truly can't find that type of drink in NA. You'd be like super lucky. You'd be super lucky to find that stuff. Okay, so echo damage. I don't even have echo damage. So this is kind of, it's kind of not really worth. I don't really need that. I want to try and re-enchant this. Even though it is a tier 6, but I don't echo an ability, so. Alright. Let's see here. Oh boy. Oh my gosh, dude. Of course, the moment I stand there, my reflexes weren't fast enough. And I couldn't get out of there fast enough. Alright. Well, this is the final boss of this stage anyway. I may need to implement some more movement speed into my build a little bit. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm just gonna watch out for his mouth. Pause. That's the beauty of this build right there. I can be a mile away from you and still do damage. I love it. It's like I'm playing rogue, but not playing rogue. Instead of a bow, I just got a spear in my hand. And I'm still cooking. What the? Oh, I'm out of here. Oh boy. Alright, this should be the last phase here. Let's go. Resistance, slow, necrotic damage. None of these are good. Well, I guess slow is fine. I'll go with the slow. Yeah. Alright, sick. Alright. This monolith, or this one's done. So this map finished. Now we gotta go up here. Although we are significantly underleveled though, I'll be honest. We've been just kind of cruising through. But I may have to dial back a little bit very soon. Because some of these maps are gonna start hitting me pretty hard. Like, I'm level 71 and this is a level 90 map. But if I can survive it, then why complain? Let's see if I can actually live through this. Ah, we're fine. As long as I just don't get hit by some random attack, I should be alright. But that's the beauty of Paladin, man. I feel like when I'm playing Paladin, Compared to Rogue, I feel like I can just confidently cruise through this map. And I'm like, ah, good. With Rogue, I'm like constantly having to look out for my life every second. My positioning has to be sharp. Execution has to be sharp. I make one wrong move, I go in too deep, and I'm dead. Ooh, okay. Hold up. Ow. Stop shooting at me, boy. Inspiration. Good strike multi, so I... Okay, this is not bad. 3 health on melee hit. Crit strike. Well, that crit strike multi is kind of nice. But I don't know if it's going to beat what I have right now. Like, this emblem right now is kind of nice. I'm gonna get my reses up too. Like, this is pretty good. What else can I upgrade? Cooldown recovery. Yo, Gramps, my brother. Good time zone, man. Good time zone. How are you doing, brother? How are you doing? Always a pleasure seeing you, man. What is going on? Oh, damn. Have I been rocking with this the entire time? Hold on. 25. 23. Wow. So I've actually... Wow, this entire time I've been rocking with a gold amulet. I swear I had a purple one before. I may have removed it. 1070, 10752, 23. Alright, so we've got to keep the gold one for now. We'll get a better one then. How are things? Things are good, man. Things are just... They're moving forward. And... You know, it's at a slow pace, but I've come to appreciate the slower pace of things. I think before I was a bit too anxious at times, and kind of stressed me out a little bit. But I've just slowed down, and yeah, I feel good, man. Just taking each day one at a time and being grateful for every moment. How it should always be, man. Just. I'm starting to feel more centered nowadays, more grounded, which is a good thing. I like that feeling of just being at peace and not being bothered by too many petty things. I can just chill and go at my pace, knowing that at the end of the day, you know, things will come to me when they are meant to come into my life. You're good as well? Hey, man, wonderful to hear, man. I'm glad to hear, sorry. Working as always. Hey, as long as you're working and you're providing for your wonderful family, then you are doing exactly what you need to do. That is for sure. Okay, maybe let's attempt to go into this tomb. Yeah, dude. I've just been really seeing life from a different lens recently, and it feels good to just simply embrace the moment, not get too caught up in too many things, and just allow things to unfold as they happen. Because it just takes all of that necessary worry off of my shoulders, and I can just focus on being creative and doing what I enjoy. So my apologies if I've been quite quiet on Discord. I just tend to, like, whenever I disconnect, like I genuinely disconnect. Like whenever I go offline, I'm really offline. Like I just turn off everything and I go into my place of peace. What the heck is this? Where do we go? Oh, this way. So I'm only going here because I want to re-enchant one of my items. And if it happens to roll bad, I have a backup option. They say that a small amount of stress is good for you, but I have to disagree. For me, stress is a bad word. Yeah, exactly. I feel like even if it is a little bit of stress, it's still stress. That's, you know, it's like saying, well, you know, you have a little bit of a disease, but it's okay. It's like, well, it's still a disease. Nothing good about a disease. Like even a little bit of stress can be a hassle to deal with. Because it's still stress that you're dealing with. And eventually one small bit of stress can become a mountain, right? All it takes is one thing to trigger even more of that stress. Yeah, exactly. We all need time off. Exactly. We all need time to just sit back and really embrace what's around us and appreciate all the things we have while we still have it. Because a lot of the things that we've asked for, we never had it before, you know? A lot of the things that we were asking for today, we were asking for it yesterday. Or, sorry, a lot of the things that we have today are the things that we asked for yesterday. So best to enjoy what we have today, because it's what we really wanted. No, dude. There's no way. There is no way. That killed me. What? Oh my gosh. Okay, well, at least we got this. Well. Unfortunate. Dude, I don't even... That thing just one-shot me. Like something hit me and then that rock just pounded me. Because I was cruising there. Speaking of time off, so I took some time the other day and I was going through YouTube looking for some cooking guides and whatnot, and I came across some Swedish videos talking about like Swedish fast food, I guess. I don't know how you would describe it, but there is like this hot dog place. I'd have to find the video and show it to you, because maybe you can give me more context on it. But like there's some Swedish hot dogs that vendors sell. And I because obviously my Swedish is not good, I couldn't pronounce it. But there's like a sign that had like all the hot dogs and burgers and stuff. But I was watching the video and I was like, wow, Sweden looks really nice. Even though it was cold. Like it was snow everywhere. Now we're lagging again. That's fine though. And yeah, exactly. Just like you said, stress, even if it is a little, it can pile up. Because all it takes is one person or one other trigger to make that stress even more stressful. Oh no. The lag is attacking me again. Attack of the lag monster. No. Do we really have to... Was it Sibila? I can't remember now. I can't remember what the name was. But it was like this long hot dog in like a very soft bun. And they're just selling it on like the corner. I'll have to find the video and show you. It looks really delicious. Literally lag monster, dude. The server in this game has been crashing and whatnot. But I think we're back. We've stabilized. This is just random at times. Okay, let's redo this tomb. I want to go in here real fast. I just want to collect my tomb points and leave. Absolute worst monster of them all, dude. Actually the lag monster. Can't escape it. Super annoying. Unavoidable. Unkillable. Flippin' lag monster. Okay, can I just make it through alive? Okay, I'm gonna run all the way to the end. And hopefully I don't get bombarded. Oh, we're gonna get bombarded for sure. Oh no. Alright, this is main boss. Yep, I knew it. Oh, I don't know if that was the AoE that killed me. But that was wild. Alright, doesn't matter. We're done. The map is finished anyway. We're good. And again, I am underleveled a lot. I'm like level 72 on a level 90 map, so I shouldn't really be that surprised. All right, so now we have the 5 points. So now we're gonna be doing more lightning damage over time, which is good. All right, hold on. Let me find that video. Let me just open up my browser real fast. I want to check this out. This will be a good time for me to take a break.
If this video reached you, it's not.
Oh, all right. That's not the video. It's from a few days ago, so I have to like scroll through a lot of stuff. Let's see. Let me see. When I find it, I will let you know. Damn, I've been like watching so many cooking videos. Good grief. I've been just scrolling. I'm just seeing like, okay, I have Michael Jackson finally. No. Okay, that's Uber Aberoth. No. Star Wars. Nope. Nope. We're getting there. It was quite far back. Let me see. Wow, it was last Sunday I watched it? Was it really that far away? No way. No? Dude, I know it's here and I can't find it now. Was it really that far away that I watched it? It felt like I watched it like a couple days ago. Like I'll know it when I see it. There's like an image of a girl on the street and she's next to a vendor. Nope, not that. That's for sure. That's Whataburger. No. Ah, here it is. Ah, okay, this is it. I found it. All right. This is what I watched. And you can tell me what this is. This is in Copenhagen. So, I don't know if you've been to Copenhagen, but this is the spot that I was looking at. Where is it? So the first part is called Smørbrød. Well, let me go to the first part. So this looked really delicious. I don't know what that is. That looked good. And then she had this hot dog. Was it the hot dog? No, this is the chicken sandwich. Yeah, this looked good. Whatever this thing was. Like banana with bread and then Nutella. Was it a duck sandwich? No, it wasn't duck sandwich. This, was it this? This is the fla... Oh, I'm not even gonna say it, dude. I feel like I'm gonna swear if I say this. But at the bottom it says something, the slakterjund or lund flæskesteg sandwich. And I was like, damn, it looks so good. Like all these fresh cut veggies. Good meat. Wrapped it up real nice. Is that a brioche bun too? Okay, where was it? Yeah, this is it right here. So she walks up to this hot... Yeah, here it is. So there's like ristet, hops, okay, well, classic, I know that. Classic, reset, and then there's this one. Ox. You know what? You can say it for me. Grilled medister, gettepoise. Oh, it says it in English. I'm so dumb. I didn't realize that. I was reading the Swedish part. But yeah, this is what I saw. Like a long hot dog. And they put like all these good toppings on there. This was like... It looks so good. Got the fresh raw pickles. Ooh, you got the onions. Dude, I was watching this, I was like, damn. That looks so good. Yeah, this was the hot dog. A dop, whatever, organic hot dog. And then this place, Smørbrød. All this stuff looks so delicious. I was like, damn, is Sweden's eating good. And then this other hot dog place here, Javelin. Oh, it's Danish. Oh, am I getting it? Oh yeah, am I getting this place wrong? Am I completely wrong? Because Copenhagen is not Sweden, right? Am I dumb? Hold on. Google. Where is Copenhagen? This was in Denmark. Yep, I'm wrong. Sorry. I messed up. I messed up. Sorry. I thought it was in Sweden. I'm like, wait a minute. Sweden, the capital of Sweden is not Copenhagen? So, I guess what you were saying earlier was right. It probably is Sibylla, but I was looking at Copenhagen. My mistake. Everything I just said, forget about it. You saw nothing here. Smørbrød is sandwich in Danish. Oh. Gotcha. I don't know why I thought it was Sweden, though. I don't know what led my brain to think it was Sweden. Yeah, Stockholm. There you go. I was like, I know this is... Something felt off. My geography needs some work. It just goes to show you how much I have not traveled in the past 14 years. I've been literally just here in Japan the entire time. Alright, next time I'm gonna look up Stockholm food. And then I'll talk to you again. Well, that was a lot of chaos there. Time rot, don't need that. Wow, 300% mini health? That's crazy, dude. No, we don't need that though. It's still our neighbor, so not that far off. I still feel bad though. Because I'm like, I was so confident too. I'm like, yeah, this is a video from Sweden. And then I'm just like, Copenhagen. And of all people, I should know Sweden now. Because one of my favorite football players of all time is Ibrahimovic. I know he is well, he's retired now, but back in the day, Ibrahimovic was incredible. Alright, we're done. Map finished. Alright, so at least we didn't die that much there. Let me open this. Get some stability up so I can get this boss done. Yeah, I've been trying to like see what other cultures are like when it comes to culinary recently. But I've just had this urge to want to try out different ways to cook. Because here in Japan, like, it's very common to see a lot of the same things. You know, everyone was always talking about, you know, ramen or sushi or whatever. But I'm a very global guy because like I grew up in a very culturally diverse neighborhood. So I had like all types of different foods around me. Italian, Polish, Ethiopian, Swedish. Yo, what's up, PPG? Welcome, brother. How you doing? I wanted to try and incorporate different methods of cooking into my cooking. Alright, let's get out of here. How are things treating PPG? In Japan, you have almost everything. That is true. I mean, if you're in Tokyo, yeah, you have options. But I don't think, like, Tokyo has a lot of stuff. I was just talking about it earlier. Like, Tokyo has like, Filipino food, Vietnamese food, Indian, Nepal, Italian, Mexican. Like, there's a variety for sure. But there's not that many, like, European spots. Like, you're not going to come across Swedish food as much. You might come across, if you're lucky, to get, like, one German shop. Of course, French pan or bread is pretty popular. But like the Polish food or Swedish food, Danish food, you're not gonna really find it that often. So it's always nice to kind of look around and see what other culinary exists out there, and then add it to my cooking. You're dead.
I cannot do that.
We're out of here. Okay, so lunge. That's right. Map done. Boss done. Looking crisp. All right, so that's one done. We're getting close to corrupt maps. How close are we though? We have to do Age of Winter, and then we also have to do. Oh yeah, I have to do Ruin. I have to do Winter, then Ruin, and then Spirits of Fire, and then we unlock Empowered for this. So we're getting there. But I was saying earlier too how living in Tokyo, at least for me nowadays, I just haven't really. I don't know. I would much rather not live in Tokyo. When it comes to food, I feel like even though there's diversity, the quality, for me, at least me personally, the quality is so much higher outside of Tokyo. Way higher. I guess it's just because of the whole tourism thing that maybe quality has diminished over the years. But outside of Tokyo, man, the food that you find in some of these mom and pop shops are just like crazy. What am I missing? Searching for? I wouldn't say I'm missing anything. It's more of like a curiosity. Because I have Jamaican food here. Like there are Jamaican restaurants, which is like my soul food. So I know that anytime I need Jamaican food or a taste of home, I have it. But it's more of like a curiosity. Like, oh, you know, it would be interesting to taste some of the Swedish dishes, or it'd be really interesting to get a feel for what, you know, Polish food tastes like. Just to kind of expand my palate. Like I said earlier, like when I lived in Canada, I had the luxury of all of those options. So my palate back then, when I lived in Toronto, was very, very vast. Like everywhere I went, there's a different restaurant for every single country. Korean food, Italian food, Polish, German, African, everything was there. But then when I came to Japan, I felt like a lot of that was like minimized. Like it wasn't as diverse. Like it is diverse, but like not as much. So I wouldn't say I miss it. It's more of like, man, it would be cool if there were other like geographic places in Japan. Because if there's one thing I will say about Japan, and one thing I think they do really well, is they like to take inspiration from other cultures. So if there's one thing I will say about Japan, and one thing I think they do really well, is they like to take inspiration from other cultures. So if there's one thing I will say about Japan, and one thing I think they do really well, is they like to take inspiration from other cultures. So if there's one thing I will say about Japan, and one thing I think they do really well, is they like to take inspiration from other cultures. So if there's one thing I will say about Japan, and one thing I think they do really well, is they like to take inspiration from other cultures. So if there's one thing I will say about Japan, and one thing I think they do really well, is they like to take inspiration from other cultures. So if there's one thing I will say about Japan, and one thing I think they do really well, is they like to take inspiration from other cultures. So if there's one thing I will say about Japan, and one thing I think they do really well, is they like to take inspiration from other cultures. So if there's one thing I will say about Japan, and one thing I think they do really well, is they like to take inspiration from other cultures. So if there's one thing I will say about Japan, and one thing I think they do really well, is they like to and then kind of fuse it into their own Japanese style of doing it. That is the one thing I love about Japan, is that they'll take something that already exists and then kind of put their own spin on it. And that's kind of why I'm curious to see how they would implement their cooking methods into more countries or more cultures. Because I'll be honest with you, I don't really miss Canada. Like, people always ask me, like, have you gone back? I'm like, no. Like, really? Like, yeah, I don't really, there's nothing that I miss in Canada, because a lot of the things that I have here in Tokyo are far better than that of Toronto. Just in terms of lifestyle and well-being. Like, Japan is leaps and bounds better in that area. But in terms of food is the one thing I would say, if Japan could really, like, level up and get way more geography on the map for their culinary, it'd be crazy. No. Do you have IKEA nearby? They usually have pretty okay Swedish food. There actually is an IKEA, but not nearby though. There is an IKEA, or a few IKEAs in Japan, but they're outside of Tokyo. Which goes back to my earlier point about how a lot of, like, the really interesting foods that you'd find are actually surprisingly outside of Tokyo. Like, that's the craziest thing, because Tokyo is kind of like the metropolitan, and you'd expect there to be, you know, a greater degree of like cultural diversity, which again there is, but it's just like, I don't know, you go outside of Tokyo and you'll find some really hidden gems. Hearing you say that blows my mind. Well, I guess because you're new to Japan, right? So the novelty for you is gonna be like, oh wow, Japan has everything. But as someone who's lived here for like more than a decade now, I feel like a lot of what I've seen in Tokyo, it's, I don't know, it doesn't really feel as vast as one would expect. And like I said, I'm comparing this to someone who's lived in a very, very culturally diverse area. So like I you know, coming from Canada or Toronto, where there is like every other block, there is a different place everywhere. New York, for example, too. Just by that alone, Tokyo is still a little bit lacking. In just for me, from what I've seen and experienced. Like even my landlord, because my landlord always asks me, like, "Hey, did you find any new place to eat in Tokyo?" I'm like, "No, there's nothing really that special here." And every time he like emails me, he's always showing me pictures of all these amazing restaurants outside of Tokyo. Like a couple of nights ago, he showed me this place that sells what's it called? Stingray. And then he brought it here, and I tried it, and I'm like, wow, it tastes amazing. You can never get stingray in Tokyo. I mean, you probably could, but you're looking to pay like an arm and a leg for that type of I wouldn't say luxury, but it's like a very special type of meat. But outside of Tokyo, like, you can find that type of cuisine for like a pretty reasonable price. And then he was showing me places of, he was showing me some, what was it? But he was showing me restaurants that sold like katsu, like fried katsu and ramen. And in Tokyo, ramen is extremely, in my opinion, ramen in Tokyo is really overpriced. He went to a ramen spot in I think it was in Chiba, and he got a huge bowl of ramen, rice, and a side dish for 800 yen. Do you know how much that would cost in Tokyo? Absurd amounts. Just one bowl of ramen alone in Tokyo was like over 1,000 yen. Like he got a king's meal for so cheap. That's why I'm saying that Tokyo, while Tokyo does have its merits, I feel like you're gonna find some hidden gems outside of Tokyo. Way more. But yeah, as far as IKEA though, IKEA is outside of, I think it's like on the outskirts of Tokyo. I don't think it's in Tokyo per se, but it's like on the outskirts of Tokyo. So I might have to go to an IKEA and maybe try some of the Swedish food, although it's probably not going to be it's probably not going to be as you know, high end as your typical Swedish food. In my country, it's like 4K. Yeah, I remember we were talking about that. So, yeah, me and PPG met up in Japan. And me and PPG had like a really nice, long conversation about all different types of things. It was a pleasure talking to him. And yeah, he was telling me about how in his home country, things that would be somewhat affordable here in Japan are really expensive in his home country. I was really shocked, which goes right back to my earlier saying about like not taking things for granted, because so much of what we have here, someone else is like begging that it was cheaper for them. IKEA might not be restaurant quality, but it's decent everyday food. I don't know how it is abroad, but here it's everyday. Sorry, but here it's very cheap food too. Yeah, I might have to give IKEA a try. You know, funny enough, I've actually only been to IKEA like in my entire life. I think I've only been to IKEA like 2 times. I've never actually been to IKEA more than that. And that includes my life living in Canada too. Like I've never really ventured to IKEA. Never really had a reason to, I guess. But I'll definitely have to venture over there one of these days. I'll have to find a reason to go there. Maybe I'll purposely break my chair. No, I'm not gonna do that. I won't do that. But I'll have to find a good excuse to go over there and try out some of the Swedish food and then come back with my own review. Dude, this guy and his flipping poison is so annoying. Oh my gosh, dude. That thing eats my life away. Dude, look at this. There's no way. Dude, his whole entire aura is so large. For what reason? I don't know. That's insane. How big is your aura? Please just die. Holy... Dude, I'm dead. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Dude, his aura is so large, but it's because I have to go inside of it to get the most value, but... Damn. You can just sell it and buy a new one? Yeah, of course. I was just joking. I'm not going to break my chair. I would never do that. I mean, my chair is still good. My chair is still fine. It has good comfort. Maybe I would just buy like a not a cupboard. How do you describe it? Like a clothing box, I guess. I'd probably buy like a clothing box to fold some of my smaller items inside. Is it a cupboard? I don't know. Maybe it's a cupboard. But yeah, maybe I'd buy a cupboard because I have a lot of smaller items like boxers and t-shirts and stuff. And so maybe getting that would be something to consider. Ow. Alright, I'm out of here. Screw it. Where's the mirror drake guy? Buy some candles? Oh yeah, that's actually fine. Yeah, candles. But candles I think candles is probably, I can get them cheaper at other Tokyo stores actually. Cuz there are so many candle shops in Tokyo. But I'd probably go there for something special. Something that I probably couldn't find at other places, like something that's kind of exclusive to IKEA. I don't know what that would be though. No, I'm slowed. Jeez Louise, he's freezing me. Oh, I'm gonna probably get cooked here. There's gotta be two of them. Of course, there's always two guys. Thank you. That was clutch. I had to back up a little bit there. Alright, so this is 5 out of 8. So we can probably go here now. Yeah, I'll go for Reverence now. Level up all my damage and health. Oh yeah, now we're looking good. So these guys can go away. Actually, now that I think about it, was there anything special that you did come across, PPG? I don't know if I asked you that. I probably did, but I can't remember now. But was there anything like special that you found in like food-wise? Since we're on the topic of it. No, I would want to match this. And this is gonna not be good. 25, 23, no. Okay, so I guess we just put these away. I do want to go to a tomb at some point, but I guess for now we'll just put these away. And then we can probably do this. Nothing. Okay. Just get rid of some of those items here. I still need to find an amulet here. Maybe I can go to the bazaar. If I can try and find something. Almost everything because we only have kosher food. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I remember you did say that a lot of the food that you have is limited to that kosher variety. What do I want? So amulet, right? Okay. So unique. Oh, let's see, sentinel. Nothing pertaining to sentinel. Or is there anything that I would probably want? I'm gonna have to do some research off stream and see what I would want pertaining to a legendary, or sorry, a unique item. Affixes though. Okay, let's try and compare. So we need spell dance. So we need the catapults copper. That's what we want. We want the catapult copper. This the one? Spell lightning damage, right? Oh, here it is. Yeah, copper amulet. And then what do I want for affixes? So what? Throwing damage would be good. For sure. And everything else, if I can get lightning, great. But okay, let's see this. So I'm assuming you want to come back to Japan like ASAP then, if that's all you really have in your home country. So main health, shredding armor. I love the fact that tipping culture isn't a thing in Japan. Yeah, I would agree. I think a lot of times people feel a bit indifferent towards tipping because so much of it I feel maybe in the West, but a lot of times people feel like they're forced to tip even though it was garbage service, you know? So people feel like, ooh, I don't know if I should tip this, but then they feel like they're obligated to do it. Well, let me do this. Plus 14, so we need to just do more than 13. Wow, plus 31? That's crazy. And we get the health regen and plus 3, and we shred armor, and we get the health regen. This is actually good. This is proper. We might lose some resistance, but damn, I'm taking this. 31 plus 3. And we get 16 lightning res. Oh yeah, we're grabbing this. That seems like a good amulet. That seems like a good amulet to me.
I cannot do that.
Let's see here. So this should raise me up from 20, 22. Okay, so that's a pretty big jump. 86.55. Okay, so we're definitely seeing an increase. Perfect. So once we leave this area, once we go back to the maps, I think we should see a boost. My friends thought it is illegal to not tip. Really? Wow. That's crazy. I guess that's how much of the West has been an influence on the rest of the world, you know? Because, yeah, tipping culture is really only, I'd say, more predominant in, like, places like the US, for example. Tipping culture is so common. Same thing in Canada. It's just one of those everyday things that you normally would do. But, yeah, I kind of agree. Where tipping shouldn't be... It should... how can I say this without sounding like disrespectful to the workers? Because obviously the workers put in their time, and I think that workers deserve, you know, the employees deserve their recompense. You know, they deserve to be paid for their service. But I feel like a lot of times, the way that tipping is perceived, or it is not marketed, but the way that a lot of restaurants tend to use tipping, it does seem like it's like a pressure thing. Like if you don't tip, like you're seen as a bad person, you know? IKEA Shibuya. Oh, Shibuya is actually in Tokyo. That's actually that's not too far from where I am. Like by train, Shibuya is probably like a good 25-minute train ride. There's a free drink bar which is open between 10 and 11. Oh, then maybe I have to go there then. I didn't know that there was an IKEA in Shibuya though. Well, thank you for doing that research for me, brother. Appreciate that. I'll have to definitely go over there. There's no way. The lag just kicked in. Oh yeah, the stream is lagging. That's crazy. Well, that's unfortunate. Imagine tipping 1k yen. Yeah, dude. That is crazy to me. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't mind tipping. Tipping is cool. If it's warranted. If it's warranted. But when it feels as if it's like you have to do it every time you go into a restaurant, I don't know. Like if I'm treated well and the service was beyond exemplary, then I will certainly go out of my way and tip, because I feel like, hey, you deserved it. But I feel like in a lot of Western countries, especially in North America, I feel like the tipping there almost feels like you're it's like a stigma. It's like if you don't tip, you're what's the word? If you don't tip, you're kind of like a stuck-up person. I don't know how you would really describe it, but people would just see you as, oh, look at him, you know, not tipping us. But in Japan, it's like, no, we don't want your tips. Because the reason why I think they don't want tips is because they put so much love and care into their food, into their product, that the end result, the product or the food that you get should equate to the price you pay. If that makes any sense. Like in the Japanese mindset, it's like, hey, we're gonna put all this love and care and attention into the food, and whatever you pay for it, that's exactly what you should pay for, because that's the amount that, you know, you deserve. And oh, they have a restaurant and bistro. Okay, then you know what? I will definitely, when the weather starts to warm up a little bit more, I'll have to make a trip over there. Because I definitely want to just take a journey and experience some Swedish food for a bit. Then I can come back to you and tell you how much I either enjoyed it, or maybe I wasn't too fond. But I'm pretty sure my palate is pretty diverse, so I'm pretty sure I'd enjoy it. Tipping here is O. I guess O means optional. Out of here. Something you do if you get service which is above and beyond what you expect, and even then it's not expected. Yeah, exactly. Like if I'm gonna tip somebody, I will tip you if I felt like the service was exemplary. Like it was, wow. You went above and beyond for me when you didn't have to. And for that, you get extra from me. That to me is what, in my mind, defines a good tip. You're tipping somebody because you feel as if they went above the service that they were supposed to provide. But if I'm just tipping you and you gave me mediocre service, and then you're gonna get upset when that service was mediocre, that's just kind of weird to me. It's like you're doing a half-ass job, but yet you still want the reward for the half-ass. It's like, well, that's not how it works, bud.
I cannot do that.
Like, I'll reward you if I feel like you deserve the reward. Like, I'll sometimes tip my Uber driver. Like, if I sometimes order like Uber Eats or whatever, I'll sometimes tip the bike rider. But not every time though. I think I've only really tipped an Uber driver. Like, actually, it's quite rare, to be honest. I'm so used to not doing it now. I'm so used to not tipping because of the culture here, that when I do find myself tipping, it really is because that person really was impressive. Like they were fast with the delivery. They handed it over in a very polite way. But then even further, they had like a conversation with me, because there are times where I'll order something and the Uber driver or the bike rider, whatever, they'll just have a conversation with me. They'll just talk to me. Oh, where are you from? And oh, wow, like I didn't know you can speak Japanese and da 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 da. And it's like, wow, okay, like you're going above the requirement, you know, like you're actually taking time to sacrifice, because you know they have to deliver other food to people, but they actually took some time to talk to me. So it's like, wow, you know what? For trying to get to know who I am, I'll definitely give you something extra. Like, that human connection is so appreciated. It's nice to have people deliver your food and then want to, you know, sit down and talk to you for a little while. At the expense, right? At the expense of their own time, which again, that's, if you're willing to sacrifice your own time just to spend it with somebody else when you didn't have to, I think that to me deserves a little extra. Because most delivery drivers will just bring your food to you and then just leave, and that's it. And again, that's a normal procedure, so I can't really knock them for that. They're doing exactly what they're intended to do. Deliver the food and leave, move on. But I can appreciate the people who go out of their way to chill for a bit and talk.
Stand down or die.
But in like North America, that would never happen. Maybe very, very rarely. Like I've had some really odd experiences back in the day when I lived in Canada with the delivery drivers, man. They're just something else. Exactly, yeah. It is their job after all. Like, their job isn't to cater to your needs and like have a conversation with you, you know?
We're both scum. Give here.
That makes a lot of sense. See ya. All right, that boss done. So I need 400 stability to beat this one. I don't want to use my last one though. I want to maybe just farm a little bit more, because these things don't come as often. I'll get some more coin. Any coin around here? No. I'll go this way. So yeah, when it comes to people who really have a definitive job, like, hey, my job, like if you know, if it was like a UPS guy or whatever, like I'm not gonna go out of my way and try and have a conversation with the guy. He has like hundreds of packages to deliver, so I'm not gonna expect anything from him. No, I'll banish this one. Nothing important there. But in a restaurant, that's when I would keep an eye out. Because in restaurants, well, and in Japan at least, Japan, and this is why I think tipping is not really considered to be a positive thing, and that's just because the service in Japan is so high. Like the quality of service you get in Japan, even the small mom and pop shops are so high end when it comes to them serving you that there's really no need. Like they in their mind, it's like, I'm giving you the best possible service that you could ever have. So don't tip me, because whatever you pay is all I need. And I think that's what makes the idea of wanting to tip that much more, because they're not expecting the tip, you know? Like when a chef here cooks you a good meal, he or she is doing it out of the love for what they do. And if you're just, you know, if you're just beyond words because of how good it tastes and you give them a tip, then that's just them receiving the additional reward. The service in Japan is so top notch that I think that's why people just don't tip. Because they've made it their mantra to give you the excellent service that you deserve. And so I respect that a lot. I'm not sure how it works in NA, but here waiters and waitresses have a salary. I think it works the same way. Waitresses and waiters have a salary in the US, or at least in Canada. And the salary... or sorry, the commission is just like an additional supplement to your salary. So it's not like they're just purely relying on tips. If that was the case, then that would be kind of bad. Like if you're just working at a restaurant and it was purely based off of tips and you're not getting tipped, then we'd have a problem. But I think most restaurants typically waiters and waitresses do get their salary, but it's not a high enough salary, which is probably why they opt for tips, because the salary bracket, I guess, is not as high in NA compared to other countries. Like the minimum wage is probably not as lucrative. That kind of makes sense if in their mind they think that, hey, you know, I'm not getting paid that much, so tip me, I guess. But even then, I shouldn't feel forced to tip you. Then at that point, it becomes like a commission, because that's what sales jobs are. Sales jobs don't have a salary. They're heavily reliant on selling you something via commission. So like a car salesman or a cell phone salesman, which I used to be. So if I'm talking from experience, like I used to sell mobile phones back in the day, and most of my salary came from my commissions. So if I sold a phone or a plan, I'd get way more for selling that phone. But I still had a wage, but the wage was just like comparatively, like if I was to sell, let's say 5 phones in a day, like that's a lot of money that I'll be making, like a ton of money. Do they have a lower salary than... So do they have a lower salary then, since tipping is expected? Yeah, that's most likely what the situation is in the US. Like, I can't speak entirely for the US because I'm not from there, but in Canada too, it's kind of similar. And yeah, the salary isn't as lucrative enough. And so people like, kind of expect you to tip them because their salary isn't high enough. So they get like a bit, you know, they get a bit upset. I wouldn't say upset, but more like, I don't know what the word would be to describe their feelings, but emotionally that they feel a bit indifferent to you. Like, oh, you didn't tip me? I guess bitter is probably the right word. They feel a bit bitter towards you because like, oh, you didn't tip me? Like, why? Why didn't you tip me? No, mind you, this isn't every restaurant. This is just, you know, I'm sure the higher end restaurants probably pay their waiters and waitresses better, but on the lower end of the scale, or let's say your mid to, you know, maybe average restaurant, maybe their salary isn't high enough. So they look at you and it's like, oh, look, this person didn't tip me. And I think that's why people are so against the idea of tipping. Because they feel as if, wow, like, why are you expecting me to tip you when you didn't even give me the service that I was expecting? At this point, tip the owner? I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, the owner does deserve a part of that. But then one would also argue, is that owner going to be willing enough to split that tip between his or her employees? And then, of course, the owner has to be there to take the tip, right? Because not every restaurant is small enough where the owner is always there. So that owner could be like a corporation. So it's like, well, I don't want to tip the corporation. But if it's like a small mom and pop shop, then yeah, I mean, if you're in a small establishment where you know that the owner is usually there, you see them in the back cooking or whatever, yeah, I'd probably like shout out the owner. And then I just leave it to the owner to decide whether or not they tip their waiters or waitresses. But here in Japan though, whether the restaurant is a small mom and pop shop or a big fast food chain or whatever, tipping is still not seen as something you would do. It's just you pay for the good quality of food because the quality is so high. Well, not in every place, but the quality is sufficient enough to where it's like, no, you know what? I paid what was worth in terms of value, so I will leave. Your service was more than enough. Uh-oh. Oh, wow, he stunned me. No, no. Okay, good. He stunned me big time there. This guy is tanky. Oh, no wonder. Because he's taking less damage because I'm far away. It's like he counters my build in a way. I don't want to be too close to you. There you go. Got a crit on him. But if the tip is part of the wage, it's basically tipping the owner. Yeah. I guess in that sense. I would just hope that if it's a small establishment, I would hope that the owner does split that between their employees there. One would hope. I don't think we're gonna beat this helmet right now. This helmet is pretty good. Get rid of all this stuff. Okay. Alright, now we have the last final boss here on this map. Oh, this one might be a bit annoying. This is Herat, right? Might be okay, maybe? Oh my gosh. Dude! Oh, it's so crazy, man. It's annoying. Okay, I'll just do this one more time. In the way that the owner doesn't have to pay as much, I guess? Yeah, I guess in that sense, the owner doesn't have to pay as much. I guess it all comes down to the owner, right? And how they would manage the tipping. Because every owner is going to have a different way or a different approach, different mindset towards what their tipping methods are, if they were to accept it. And that's why it's just best to maybe not tip at all. Or at least not make it seem like it's forced. I mean, if I was the owner of a restaurant, personally for me, I wouldn't mind if the tips went to me, and then after work is done, I would just split that tip amongst the employees. Because at least I can split the resources carefully, I guess. And no one's gonna feel bitter about it because it's coming through me, right? But I feel like that's another reason why tipping culture is so... I don't want to say negative, but I can understand why people dislike it, because it also creates this competitive environment where it's like, oh, you know, so-and-so got this $10 tip and I only got $5. You know, it kind of puts this unnecessary stress on you, because now subconsciously you're thinking, oh, I have to keep up with so-and-so and their service. And it's like, well, you don't have to at all. But that's the stigma that's created, right? Banish that. That's the stigma that I think tipping also creates. It creates this unhealthy competitive atmosphere where the employees are now kind of at each other's necks to see who can get the most tips, and it's like, dude, that should never be the case at any job. No one should ever feel like they're having to compete for a service. Like, if you have good service, you have good service, but you should never have to compete for all that. Do I want to use this? Let's try this again. Oh my gosh. Dude, that's the worst part. Is that I can't really lunge toward him. I have to time his attacks. But then the one who went above and beyond gets the same as the one who doesn't, though. I'd say a good pay wage, an expert, everyone to do their best instead. Yeah, and that goes to my point regarding the whole competitive environment pertaining to tips, right? Because like you said, and that's a good point, like you can have on one hand someone who does really good service, but then the someone else does somewhat mediocre service, and now the person who in their mind they thought, oh, but my service was good, but now they look at, you know, Sandy over there who got tipped more than them, and then it creates this really unhealthy environment where it's like, oh, so Sandy got all these tips, why didn't I get that tip? It's like, well, did you put the work in? Well, I think I did. You know, I felt like I did. So it just creates this really, really strange and really uncomfortable environment for me personally. Because I've had that moment happen to me when I worked at Starbucks. Because Starbucks, they allow you to tip people. And there are days where I would literally go in and I would, you know, just be myself, and people would tip me. And you know why they tip me? Because I always provided the best service that I possibly could. And there are days where if I knew the regular customer, I would sometimes just give them the coffee for free. Because I just knew them so much, and we built a good rapport that I'd give it to them for free. And then that you know, instilled in them a good reason to tip me. I wasn't, you know, giving them a free drink for the tip. It was because, hey, I know you, you're a good person. Let me give you a free drink for today. It's a sign of being a good patron, you know? But then some of my colleagues would be like, why did you do that? You know, you shouldn't be doing that. And I'm like, well, why not? They're literally a good customer. They come in and they pay good, they pay their hard-earned money. Why not, you know, treat them to something? So I feel like the whole tipping thing is what creates a lot of discomfort. And so I can totally see why Japan stays away from it, because it just creates this really unhealthy competitive environment where people are just constantly at like each other's throats to see who can out tip the other person. Alright, it's not bad. Let's see. Do I want to actually... I could definitely improve my defenses. Because I do have a lot of attack now. I'm at almost 30k. What are my resistances like? Okay, so my cold res is my lowest. Okay, that's probably why I'm getting cooked. Yeah, exactly, Gramps. Customer loyalty, exactly. Precisely my thought process. I don't give things away for free just because I'm looking for something. I do it because of customer loyalty. If I see you and I know you by your first name, I'm more incentivized to want to treat you to something, because now it's gone beyond that of a customer. Like, you're no longer a customer to me. You're not just a person walking in and you walk out. Now you're someone who I've built rapport with. I know you by your first name. Maybe you even showed me your family photos or whatever. And so now I'm more inclined, because now you've built a human connection with me. There's a relationship there. So now it's like, hey, I see you all the time. You know, how so-and-so, how's your wife? You know, how's your daughter doing? Hey, here's a box of chocolate cookies for your daughter. Oh, really? Yeah, don't worry about it, man. It's all good. You know, like that's me. that's what I do. Like I go out of my way to do that for people, because I understand the human connection. Like it's important to always treat people the way you want to be treated. Especially if I've known you long enough and you're a loyal customer, of course I'm gonna go to my way and try and give you something. It's just it's like my way of saying thanks. Thanks for coming. Thanks for always coming by. You didn't have to. You could have gone to another Starbucks. You could have made your own coffee at home. But you know, you didn't have to. But you did. For that reason, you deserve something. It doesn't have to always be something expensive. It could just be like, you know, like I said, a free coffee, a free cookie. As long as you don't overdo it, that's like the line you have to draw. Like there has to be a boundary, of course. You can't just give away free coffee like it's water. But you know, if the customer is loyal enough and they've been coming to the shop and establishment for a while, yeah, I'm totally okay with providing something extra. I think it only makes sense. And then that's when I get a tip. But it's not because I gave it to them for free. It's more because I treated them like an actual person. And so when someone tips me, it's because of the fact that I treated them the way they wanted to be treated. I think that's like the end, not the end, but that should be like the main criteria, is like treat the customer as if they were your close friend, your relative, your wife, husband, whatever. You know, just because I'm in an outfit behind the counter doesn't mean that I'm suddenly going to mistreat you. Because at the end of the day, all of us are just wearing outfits. All of us are just playing. You know how like when we were kids, we just played dress up? That's exactly what we are now. We're just grown-ups. We're just basically big kids playing dress up. That's all we are. We're just big kids playing dress up. We go to work, we dress up like a boss, we dress up like a chef. The same thing. But I still treat you like you're supposed to be treated. And if one free coffee sells 20 coffees later, the owner will be happy. Exactly, right? That's the mindset I have. That's the mindset I always have, dude. Because that one free coffee in the mind of the owner is nothing. Literally. Even a corporation, like like Starbucks isn't gonna care if you give somebody one free coffee. They're making billions of dollars, like a month probably, or maybe not a month, but like a year. They're making billions. So one free coffee is literally a customer that'll always come back. And like you said, that one free coffee you gave them now turns into 20 coffees, and even more. That customer will be like, yo, oh man, you know, I went to the Starbucks the other day and so was there, you know, new was there, man. He was working, such a good guy. You guys gotta go here more often. You know, so it leads to networking too. It leads to more open doors, because then people are gonna be like, oh cool, oh wow, the service is really good there, okay, you know. So you treat one person right, and then it becomes like a domino effect where they tell their friends and then their friends, and so it just continues to spread. Yeah, it's just not called dress up when you're grown up, it's called uniform. Exactly, right? It's just called a uniform, but it's exactly the same thing that we do as a kid, except now we're just getting paid to do it. And we're just getting paid to dress up, but it's the same thing at the end of the day. Nothing different. We're just more mature about it, I guess. And it's kind of the same thing when it comes to streaming too. And this is why I always tell people, if you're gonna stream, don't do it with the expectation of getting something financial from it. Because this is like a service. When you really think about it, at the end of the day, I'm really providing you guys with a service. That service being entertainment. And so if I'm turning on the stream every day expecting something from you guys, then I'm not doing the service any justice. And so I always tell people who are relatively fresh and coming into this type of medium, never do it for money. Yeah, exactly, Grams. Word of mouth is just leaps and bounds better than paid advertising. Because word of mouth spreads faster. I don't have to pay for anything. It's just one person can tell 5 people, and then boom, now you've got... It's the same thing with streaming too. Like, you can have one person in the stream who really loved your stream, and then suddenly they know 6 people, and those 6 people now become a part of your stream family. So for me, I never do this with the intention of earning anything. If I earn, it's because I earned it, not because I you know, focus my attention on it. It's like, hey, I'm providing you guys with entertainment, and if you guys enjoy it, then hey, great. If not, that's totally fine too. I'm not gonna please everybody, and that's never my focus anyway. I can't please everybody that you know, that comes into the stream. But those that do stick around and they become loyal customers, well, not customers, but loyal family members, you know, loyal new warriors, then that's when I go out of my way and I go above and beyond, you know? All right. So we are now past this part. See if we can try and beat him now. I'm gonna try and play it slow. Okay, if I stay far away enough, it'll split up the ice a little bit more. Oh my gosh. Ow. Oh, dude, it's so... I'm so slow that I have to be ready to dash with him. It's so much easier when I'm playing Rogue, because Rogue I can just dash into his face. But I have to lunge at him. I have to time it. No way, dude. It does so much damage. Okay, one more attempt, I guess. And I could always just raise my stability up, but I'm gonna save that one for the next map. Alright, let's see. What's the game plan here? So play it slower. Okay. Second phase. No, dude, I'm pressing F so hard to dash into him, to lunge him. I have to go start up a compressor. Have a great rest of your day, brother. Hey, Grams, thank you, man. You too, brother. You too. Thank you for being here for quite some time, and I appreciate you. Your company is always appreciated. I'll be ending a bit soon myself. I won't be going too long today. I want to see if I can try and clear this boss, and then I'll probably come back tomorrow again, and then Let's see how much more I have left. I have to do... So this map, then this, which shouldn't take too long. But we're almost at empowered maps. And once I get to empowered, then I'm going to have to really lock in and level up my character. Hey, no worries, PPG. It's all good, man. Thank you as always for stopping by. I appreciate you. Your company is always appreciated. I'll definitely catch you again very soon, brother. Oh, dude. There you go. That's what I wanted to do. So I wanted to lunge at him. No! Oh my god, dude! Okay, so I have to roll, then dodge him. I have to roll into him and then dodge. Or roll and then lunge. If I just lunge, I don't have enough to get to him, because he goes so far. Oh, I... Oh my gosh. No! Oh my god, why did I roll that way? Ah, that was my fault there. Yeah, that's probably my last attempt, and then I'll have to go back and do more maps. Or just maybe get more res on my cold res. Like, damage-wise, we're fine. I'm not worried about the damage is fine, actually. Like, I had to save both my dodges. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. Dude, the lunge is so... Drop a potion, dummy. Drop a potion. Drop a potion. Do it. They're being stingy. No, man, they're being so stingy. Oh my gosh, dude, they didn't drop any potions there. If I had at least one potion to drop, it would have been fine. You know what? Fine. Oh. And I adapted too. I adapted big time there. Alright, so yeah, note to self, I have to definitely raise my resistance up so we don't get cooked as quickly. But then again, like I said, I am really underleveled right now. So it is going to be a challenge regardless. If I was at like level 80, 85, I'd be probably fine, but 75 or 74 versus level 90 is still going to be tough. Not super tough, but enough to where me getting hit, it's a bit scary. But I really do wish Paladin had a little bit more in terms of its traversal options, because lunge is... Like, lunge doesn't really go that far, unfortunately. So I feel like I'm having to always commit, but I don't really want to because that's not the build I'm building around. But it would be nice to have like a getaway option. Instead of lunging toward the enemy, it'd be nice if I had something to get away from enemies. And I shouldn't have the ability shouldn't be tied to an enemy. Like, oh, the enemy has to be there for it to work. Like I should be able to just lunge at you or get away without any enemies being around. Just like leap slam, you know, I want to just freely get around. Okay, so after this one, I think I have to do a couple more maps to reset without using my stability key or keystone. Okay. So we have just enough. I feel like I could really body this guy, but I have to be really on point. You know what? I'll just use this. Whatever. At least this will give me a chance to... I'll get back the keystones anyway. So I'm not really losing anything. Oh, hold on. Let's level this up for more damage. That damage boost can actually be really useful here. No, dude, the icicle got in the way. Oh, it's so crazy because the lunge does nothing. So I have to like memorize his attack when he wants to charge up and run. But he has like a similar kind of lunge attack animation, but that's like he doesn't move. So I got to keep an eye on that. Oh wow, okay, I got hit by icicles, okay. I wonder how much resistance I need then. Because if 43 is not sufficient enough then. Dude! Oh my gosh, and I'm pressing the wrong button because I'm trying to mash it out. It's actually kind of annoying because I can't really lunge toward him because he does it so fast. Dude! Oh, that part is so dumb. I have like one more chance before I have to reset again. Okay, what's a good method then? Okay, the moment I see his legs go in the air, I'm just gonna run this way. Or whatever direction he runs in. If I see him elevate, I'm gonna just start running, and then just dodge. And that hopefully should save me. What the?
Do not stand in my way. This is a mercy. Do not do that. Shatter. Do not stand in my way. This is a mercy.
Dude! Oh my gosh, the icicle flipping blocked my way.
Rise, my fallen champions.
Give me that health.
Do not do that. This is a mercy.
Oh my gosh.
Shatter. Do not stand in my way.
Dude! Oh, it's so stupid! The icicles blocked me so much, man. What the heck? I was so close, man. I felt so locked in. Okay, you know what? Maybe it's a good time to take a break. Probably a good time to just go back and do a couple maps and then we'll call it. I don't want to get tilted off of that. It just feels so clunky. I just now that I'm fighting the boss, like now that I'm seeing this boss in particular, I'm seeing the slight issues with Paladin in a way. It's just a lot of the moves feel very clunky. Like lunge just feels so rigid. Compared to Fury Leap, which has so much freedom, and Rogue, where you have like a million different movement options, I feel like Paladin, the one move that you do have, just kind of feels so clunky and static. Like, hopefully that's fixed in Season 5, because I know they're going to try and work on Pally for Season 5, but man. Now that I'm fighting this boss particularly, this boss really made me see the I guess you can say the con of Paladin. Everything else about Paladin is fantastic. But that lunge, the fact that I can't lunge until I see an enemy is crazy. And then with Shield Bash, or whatever it is, you're limited to a shield, and it's like, well, I don't want to play shield. So a lot of the movement options are like so limited. They're tied to something. Shield Bash, you need a shield. Lunge, you have to have an enemy nearby. Like, I should be able to just freely lunge right now without any enemy nearby. Just go about my way. Okay, where is this guy?
I cannot do that.
Alright, sick. Like, everything else is... Like, I'm cruising through all these maps like it's nothing, which is nice. That one boss is just... stupido. Alright. I think that's about it for today, folks. I think a good 3 hours is sufficient enough. I'll come back again... maybe on Saturday? I'll see about tomorrow. We'll see what happens tomorrow, but Saturday for sure I'll be back. And if I do go live tomorrow, you'll probably know. But if not, look forward to Saturday's stream. I'm gonna definitely try and get this build as close as I can to, like, it's definitely doable. I think if I was to just maybe get a little bit extra mileage out of my damage, I think we can cook this guy no problem. So if I do a little bit more mapping and I can get to like maybe around 80, because I'm honestly kind of speed running this right now. Like, I'm already at Age of Winter and this map is relatively high in terms of its leveling. So if I can go back down a little bit and level, or maybe just stay here, I can stay on this map and just level until I get to around 80, and that should give me enough to juice this guy, because my damage is pretty sufficient. So imagine if I was to go up 10 levels of just leveling, I should be able to cook him in a couple shots. So we will save that until next time, and then we're almost at corrupt. So not too far. But until then, I'll call it a day. GG's to everyone who stopped by today. Appreciate you guys for coming through. Also, thanks again to Czar for the 5-month tier 1. And to everybody who came through, thank you so much. Much love to you. Banana Heels, PPG, Gramps, Gonzar, those who are lurking on YouTube and Twitch, thank you so much. I know the LE section of Twitch isn't as poppin', but I'm doing my best to keep it alive, man, because this game is great, and I think people are sleeping on LE. People give LE too much, I don't want to say crap, but people are just, I don't know, weird. Anyway, I will see you folks again. And thanks again for being here and catch me play with Pally. Look forward to more Paladin and Rogue. As I said, I'll be starting Season 4 off with the new Rogue, most likely Shadowrend. I don't know what build I'll be making around it, but you'll definitely see it. And then I'll also be doing some more Pally stuff along the way. So look forward to some guides, some build guides closer to Season 4. And of course, beyond that too. So that being said, New Warriors, thanks again for being here. Much love. As always, New Warriors, stay strong, keep fighting,